Petro Kazakhstan is a vertically integrated oil and gas group of companies, with its shareholders being China National Petroleum Corporation and KazMunayGas National Company. Petro Kazakhstan's operations include geological exploration, field development, oil and gas production, as well as refining and sale of oil and oil products. Petro Kazakhstan is represented by the following legal entities: Petro Kazakhstan Kumkol Resources, JSC, PKKR, and Kizlorda branch of Petro Kazakhstan Ventures Incorporated, oil and gas fields exploration, production of oil and gas. Petro Kazakhstan Oil Products, LLP, PKOP, oil refining. Petro Kazakhstan Transportation Services, LLP, transportation of oil. Almaty branch of Petro Kazakhstan Overseas Services Incorporated, PKOSI, corporate services. PetroSun, LLP, transportation, storage, and sale of oil and products of oil. Petro Kazakhstan also owns shares in 3 joint ventures: Kolzhan, LLP, JV KazGermunay, LLP, and Turgay Petroleum, JSC. Geological exploration and production. Petro Kazakhstan Kumkol Resources is the biggest oil-producing company in South Kazakhstan, founded in 1996 on the basis of Yuzhneftegas, JSC. The core activity of PKKR is exploration, development, production, preparation, and transportation of hydrocarbons. Production capacity of PKKR includes 4 central processing facilities at Kumkol, Ariskum, Kizilkilia, and Maybulak fields. Collector systems, water and gas injection systems. CAM major oil pipeline, 176 kilometers long. Oil loading terminal at Josali railway station, 5 gas turbine units with a capacity of 105 megawatts. Gas piston power plant that produces electric power for internal needs of Ariskum and Kizilkia fields. Workover workshop, repair workshops and warehouses. 5 living camps for 2,000 people. The main features of the production activities of PKKR are ongoing implementation of the exploration program to replace the production with new commercially valuable field discoveries, associated gas utilization, injection into formation, generation of electricity by burning associated gas in gas turbine units, use of the newest types of oil field equipment. PKKR continues to be one of the major sponsors for social and charity projects in the Kizlorda region. Particular attention is paid to long-term programs, providing support to the vulnerable groups of population: children, veterans of war and labor, disabled, healthcare systems, sports, culture, and art venues. Petro Kazakhstan Oil Products is an oil refinery located in Shymkent, South Kazakhstan region. Built in 1985, the refinery provides for around 30% of the total volume of oil products produced in the Republic of Kazakhstan. The design capacity of Shymkent refinery is 5.25 million tons, or about 40.65 million barrels of oil per year. The refinery recycles oil of PKKR and third parties. The range of produced oil products includes several grades of gasoline: AI-92, AI-95, and AI-96, diesel fuel, jet fuel, liquefied petroleum gas, vacuum gas oil, fuel oil, and industrial gas flaky sulfur. Production capacity of PKOP LLP. Workshop number 1. LK-6U, installation of primary oil refining and isomerization unit. Workshop number 2, installation of monoethanolamine production, vice braking and sulfur production units. Storage workshop, commodity transportation group, liquefied gas tank farm, utilities workshop, waste treatment facilities, water, foam fighting and industrial sewage, central refinery laboratory. In 2011, a large-scale modernization and reconstruction project was launched at the refinery as part of the state program on industrial and innovative development of the Republic of Kazakhstan. Marketing and transportation is a link between the upstream unit, PKKR JSC, and downstream unit. PKOP LLP in Petro Kazakhstan Group of Companies business structure. Petro Kazakhstan sells its crude oil and oil products in Kazakhstan and abroad. Oil produced at PKKR facilities is transported via the Kazakhstan-China Atasu-Alashankau pipeline to the People's Republic of China, via Kaz Transoil JSE pipeline to Shymkent refinery for processing. The main marketing priority of the company is the domestic market of Kazakhstan, which constitutes 70% of the total oil product sales volume. Branches of PetroSun LLP are engaged in retail sales of oil products in Almaty, Astana, Aturau, Pavlodar, Shymkent, and Taraz cities. Almaty branch of Petro Kazakhstan Overseas Services Incorporated provides management and personnel services for all Petro Kazakhstan divisions. PKOSI AB includes the company's presidential office and the following functional departments: Human Resources and Administration, HSE and Security, Legal, Finance, IT&T, Strategic Communications, Internal Audit and Control, Marketing and Transportation. Petro Kazakhstan Health, Safety and Environment Policy is the basis for defining and implementation of the company goals and objectives. Company's HSE priorities are protect people's health and safety and the natural environment as far as reasonably practicable. Integrate HSE into all company's business and operations. Commit to sustainable development of the company, the communities where it operates, and the Republic of Kazakhstan. HSE guiding principles of the company are: HSE shall be a priority in all decisions made. Working safely is a condition of employment. Company is obliged to provide HSE training to employees. Line management is directly responsible and accountable for HSE in one's work scope. Line management must participate in HSE audits and inspections in person. Employees are obliged to participate in hazard identification, risk assessment, and control. All hazards must be promptly eliminated. All accidents, incidents, and near misses must be reported, investigated, analyzed, and timely dealt with. Consistent HSE standards shall be implemented in contractor management. The company is actively implementing the Employees Rewarding Program for reporting of near misses, unsafe conditions, and actions, within the framework of which employees are quarterly rewarded with certificates and memorable pins. The main hazardous and harmful production factors. The most common hazardous and harmful factors that you may encounter are: in the office, uneven and slippery surfaces, electric current, office equipment and furniture, pinch points, objects falling from height, road traffic, fire, earthquake, landslide, increased or decreased air temperature, consumption of poor quality or spoiled food and beverages. At the production facility, electric current and equipment, moving and rotating machines, mechanisms, and their parts. Pinch points. High or low air temperature of the work area. Increased dustiness and gas pollution of air in the working area. Sharp and rough edges, surface asperity of equipment. Location of the workplace at a considerable height relative to the ground. Ionizing radiation, chemicals and oil products vapor, high level of vibration, high level of noise, high temperature of equipment surfaces and materials, fire and explosion, road traffic, work and movement of heavy equipment at the work site, open pits, wells and ditches, and etc. Responsibility of the employee. The following safety requirements must be met: Each employee of the company must know and understand that his own safety and safety of his colleagues depend on him. Know and understand Petro Kazakhstan HSE policy. Comply with HSE and civil protection requirements of Kazakhstani legislation, as well as the requirements of the employer for safe operation. Know and understand the significant impacts of certain activities and the consequences of non-compliance with work instructions. Immediately inform the direct supervisor about any accident or near miss at the workplace that threatens people's life and health. Know and understand his duties and responsibilities for compliance with the emergency response plan. Take part in drills and trainings. Always use seatbelts when traveling in vehicles. Comply with set speed limits. Use for purpose and treat with care personal and collective protective equipment. The minimum set of PPE at the production facility are hard hat, safety glasses, safety gloves, special clothing and footwear. Timely undergo HSE, industrial and fire safety trainings and knowledge assessments in specialized training organizations or Petro Kazakhstan training centers. Make suggestions to improve HSE management system. Undergo mandatory periodic and pre-shift medical examinations. Carry out work strictly in accordance with established operational processes, operational and working instructions, preventing harmful impact on the environment and emergency situations. Smoke only in designated and specially equipped areas. Follow safety precautions in everyday life. Avoid violation of industrial and operational process discipline and safety requirements. Comply with the requirements and legitimate requests of state inspectors and civil protection bodies. Company's HSE life-saving rules. Obtain authorization before entering a confined space. Protect yourself against a fall when working at height. Don't walk under a suspended load. Obtain authorization before starting excavation. Conduct gas tests when required. Work with a valid permit to work when required. Follow prescribed lift plan. Obtain authorization before overriding or disabling safety-critical equipment. No alcohol or drugs while working or driving. Do not smoke outside designated smoking areas. Wear your seatbelt. Do not use your phone and do not exceed speed limits while driving. Verify isolation before work begins and use the specified life-protecting equipment. Petro Kazakhstan Company carries out its activities in accordance with environmental legislation, international standards, and regulatory documents approved by the regulatory bodies. The environmental impact is caused by the following factors: depletion of natural resources during their consumption and transformation, pollution of the environment with production and consumption wastes, malfunctions in technological processes. Main environmental aspects. The most common environmental aspects that you may encounter at the facilities are emissions from mobile and stationary sources, spills, leakages, blowing out, discharge of pollutants into water bodies, waste generation, utilization and disposal, use of chemical reagents. The production is organized in such a way as to strictly comply with legislative and regulatory requirements in the field of environmental management to reduce the negative impact on the environment. Environmentally friendly operational processes are introduced at the company's facilities to ensure the preservation and stability of the environment. Each employee of the company is obliged to improve ecological culture and self-awareness. Use natural resources rationally, saving water and electricity. Follow waste management requirements. In case of an earthquake, if you are on the first floor, leave the building quickly, 15 to 20 seconds at your disposal. On the second and above floors, stand by the sign, "The safest place in case of an earthquake," or move away from the windows and stand in a corner formed by the main walls or hide under the table. After jolts stop, immediately leave the building by the closest evacuation route. Do not use the elevator when evacuating from the building. After leaving the building, proceed to the muster point. On the way to the muster point, try to stay away from walls, fences, and pillars. Do not enter the building. The jolts may repeat. In case of a motor vehicle accident, immediately stop, turn on the hazard warning light, and set the emergency stop sign. Administer first aid to the injured, if any. Assess the condition of the car, whether it needs the use of a fire extinguisher, removal of the battery terminal, etc. Report the accident to the dispatcher, senior driver, and emergency commissioner of the insurance company. Call 102 or 112 to report the accident. Find the witnesses of the accident and record their data. Remove the vehicle from the roadway if it blocks the movement of other vehicles. Having previously drawn up an accident scheme. Wait for the arrival of the traffic police or emergency commissioner. In case of a fire in a public building, office, immediately report the fire by phone according to the emergency notification scheme. Activate the fire alarm button, red box on the walls near the evacuation exits. If this is safe, switch off all electrical appliances in the fire zone, air conditioning, computers, lighting. Take measures to extinguish the fire with fire extinguishing means at hand, fire extinguisher and a fire cock. Warn people around about the fire. Head to the muster point by the nearest safest evacuation route, taking personal and valuable belongings with you. Upon arriving at the muster point, report your full name to the muster point coordinator. Stay at the muster point until further instructions from the muster point coordinator. In case of fire at the production site, report the fire to the fire department. Inform the voluntary fire team. Switch on fixed firefighting system. Spraying of equipment and structures. Evacuate from the dangerous area those people who do not participate in the emergency shutdown of equipment and firefighting activities. Beware of explosions and collapse of structures. As per the command of the manager, stop the production equipment. Turn off ventilation and electrical equipment. Shut in valves and stop cocks on gas, oil, aggressive and flammable liquid pipes. Open valves to emergency drain vessels. Start extinguishing the fire with available fire extinguishing means. Remember, it is not just the flame, but also smoke containing carbon monoxide and other toxic products of combustion that are dangerous. Emergency phone numbers. Security requirements. Carry your badge in a prominent place while staying at the production facilities and in the offices of the company. Do not disclose the company's commercial secrets. Take measures to restrict access to your working documents and your computer account. Do not leave valuable personal belongings unattended at the workplace. Do not carry prohibited items to the company's facilities. Such items include alcohol-containing beverages, toxic radioactive substances, narcotic and psychotropic substances, weapons of various kinds, hazardous chemicals. Inform the security department about any committed actions that threaten the interests of the company. Use video and photo equipment only with the permission of the administration or the manager of the facility. Follow the basic security rules outside the company's facilities during business trips, on the street, in public places, or at home. If you find suspicious items, receive suspicious calls or mail, immediately inform the security department. Compliance with health, safety, and environment requirements is a responsibility of each company employee. All Petro Kazakhstan employees are committed to organizing the working process with consideration for HSE priorities in order to provide incident-free operation. Safety of every employee relies on our purposeful activities, and we are proud of our achievements in this area.